Hi, my name is Peggy Halevi, and I am a great appreciator. I've been inspired to be a great appreciator and to write a book called The Art of Appreciation. It is a beautiful book, and I would like to share it with you by reading a sample of Chapter 6, Appreciate or Forgive. Enjoy. My appreciating forgiveness is a lifelong pursuit, and after feeling content that I had definitely mastered understanding it through my Catholic objectivity and my personal encounters, the law of attraction came along, and again I am amazed and startled at the changes in my viewpoint and in the growth of my wisdom in regards to the way the treasured concept of forgiveness has evolved into me. The new light that shed brightly upon me came from within me and is founded upon this following thought. In taking responsibility for my own thoughts, I take responsibility for my own emotions and feelings, all of them, no exceptions. When I am feeling good, and I am feeling good more and more of the time, it is a result of my own impactful thoughts. If I am feeling less than good, and I am feeling so less and less of the time, it is from my own impactful thoughts. I am responsible for my feeling good, and I am equally responsible for my feeling bad. It is not that I am responsible for my good feelings and someone or something else is responsible for my bad ones. In other words, no thing or one else is responsible for my good or bad feelings, my good or bad experiences, my good or bad thoughts. Only I hold the keys to self. I desire to open the doors I want most opened of myself. Be warned that this reevaluation of forgiveness is a harsh reality to those who use forgiveness as a crutch to blame or bring shame onto others in order to accept what is of cause. The results of this journey into understanding forgiveness is going to be controversial to some, especially those who are very comfortable with their accusing or pointing to blame as the answer to all things unwanted. However, I encourage you, especially you of that nature, to read on as my heart song sings out, as in the final appreciating of forgiveness, there is an incredible realization of personal freedom. With personal freedom, one comes into life. Personal freedom is yours to begin with. And with freedom, you obtain joy in living now. The truth does not set you free. You set yourself free in the truth. It is exhilarating to accept that responsibility. Years becoming aware of the law of attraction, one of my favorite quotes on forgiveness that still touches my heart and soul with understanding, growth, and wisdom remains. Forgiveness is the scent that the rose leaves on the heel that crushes it. I interpret this anonymous quote in a wider scope now. My heart hears it renewed, and I understand the way the law of attraction influences it into my beingness. Loving roses as I do, this quote always took me elusively into the lush garden of fragrant delight and away from myself long enough to sense that forgiveness is a special consideration in order for that quote to have been created. I respect the essence of the sound vibration of that quote. It resonates with me in its convoluted makeup of tenses and time, and it brings me around to seeing things in a lightened stage of innocence. In that quiet moment away in the sweet-scented garden, my thoughts soften, even the little needed to recognize the difference I am meant to realize. In forgiveness, there is a giving and a taking, an opening and a closing, a beginning and an ending. It is a complicated concept, combining it within the Christian and Catholic teachings. And then, in regard to the law of attraction, it can be seen in different lights also. In Christianity, one is forgiven if one forgives as taught in the Lord's Prayer. And forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Within the understanding of the law of attraction, one forgives if it feels better to do so. It is not a moral issue. It is a better thought than blame. Forgiveness is a virtuous stepping stone on the path to emotional healing that one can choose to reach for when finding a better thought, and therefore one can begin to shift toward feeling improved rather than feeling all better. Forgiveness is far from a destination of joy. In despair or anger or any of the lower base emotions that are considered negative emotions, an attempt at a mental shift can be associated with a need to forgive. Finding a better thought from there, even the slightest better thought, can be of help in the process of feeling better. As we think, our emotions will follow. When something seems wrong, it is a true blessing to reach immediately for a thought, a better thought to hold on to instead of dwelling upon the thought that is driving your will towards forgiveness. That might sound a bit counterintuitive. However, there are other ways to address blame, if you must blame, than to reach for forgiveness. The law of attraction sees that aspect of forgiveness identically. It does bring about a degree of relief, and that is most welcome and feels better. The big difference, of course, is that the law of attraction, which personally vibrates forth all of the time, causes all that is drawn onto me to come to me, and while I am attracted to it. It is all me who creates my life experiences. The law of attraction teaches that although stuff happens, everything happens because we are involved in it happening. We create, usually subconsciously, vibrations that attract like vibrations onto it. What is meant here is that we create our own reality whether we like it or not. What we focus upon is strengthened. When focusing upon appreciation, more things to appreciate are available, and more appreciation is desired to continue because it feels so good to appreciate. Same is true with contrast. The more one holds focus upon contrast, the more contrasts there are, and the more contrasts will follow in thought, action, emotion, and in reality. Taken from what I know of the law of attraction and applying it to this anonymous quote, one can feel the power of contrast rather than the result of forgiveness. I appreciate that contrast accelerates my path to expansion and avails my emotions to climb above contentment, whereby forgiveness brings me from blame to worry, doubt, or disappointment, probably no higher than that. I appreciate that I can appreciate rather than forgive, or in addition to forgiving, if necessary. Expanded joy is allowed into life through appreciating contrasts.